Scandal exploded. Jungkook versus HYBE. Taehyung can't hold back the tears. Jungkook sat in silence. HYBE trembled. Taehyung is crying. What exactly happened? The K-pop scene is back. Not because of the new album, not because of the Billboard achievement, but because of a moment of silence that was more jarring than the explosion of the concert stage. Jungkook, BTS's main vocalist who has been known for being patient, loyal, and HYBE's golden boy, suddenly showed an attitude that had never been shown before, cold, full of wounds, full of rage. The world froze when a trusted source revealed that huge tensions were brewing behind the opulent walls of HYBE's headquarters. And at the center of the storm was one name that never wavered: Jungkook. This issue was initially only a quiet whisper in the halls of the international army community. But that whisper now exploded into a roar. Various theories, confessions of former staff, to vague statements from Taehyung in a live broadcast that recently went viral made everything even hotter. Is this the end of the harmonious relationship between Jungkook and HYBE? And even more shocking, why did Taehyung cry when Jungkook's name was mentioned? Are her tears a form of regret or fear? While the world public is still crazy about Jungkook's solo songs that dominate the American charts, just behind the scenes, one by one surprising facts begin to unfold. They range from unfair treatment, removal of name credits, to alleged coercion of schedules and manipulation of public opinion by agencies. Meanwhile, HYBE chose silence. Not argue, not explain, just shut up. And that just makes the fire burn even more. The Korean media began to speak up. Several senior journalists familiar with the entertainment world began reporting grave suspicions about Jungkook's solo project, which HYBE apparently did not fully support, despite the project's global success. Then, a sharper question arises. Does HYBE envy Jungkook's global success? Is there an internal tension because his popularity is considered crossing the line that should not be violated by an idol who is still active in the group? Even more troubling, reports emerged that some creative decisions in Jungkook's solo projects were cut, altered, or delayed, not for technical reasons, but because of pressure from within the agency. Jungkook himself reportedly refused to attend managerial meetings 4 times because he felt he was no longer valued. But what made ARMY tremble the most was the backstage of BTS's 12th anniversary concert. There, the camera captures the moment in which Taehyung is seen sobbing while hugging Jungkook. No words, just tears. And from that moment on, everyone knew. This is not just a matter of ordinary work. Will Jungkook leave HYBE? Or even BTS? That is the question that no one dares to answer. But everyone is afraid that the answer is yes. If someone is as strong as Jungkook, who has always been the center of BTS's mental resilience, to the point of showing signs of fracture, then it's no small matter. This is an emergency alarm, not only for HYBE, but also for the entire Korean entertainment industry that has been keeping the wound in silence. Jungkook once said, "I will stay here as long as my heart stays in this place." But if his heart is already hurt, if his loyalty is broken, what else can he keep? Behind the professional smile that is always plastered on Jungkook's face when attending international events, there is one big secret that has been trying to hide in meetings by the management. The staff in the HYBE neighborhood know. There has been a big change in Jungkook since the beginning of this year. He is no longer Jungkook who obeys all orders. He started asking questions. He began to refuse. And what was most frightening for the management? He began to speak a language that the agency could not control. That is, an honest language from the heart. Everything seems to be cracking since Jungkook's solo project titled Golden exploded on the market. The album made history as the highest-selling solo work, the highest streaming, and even gained recognition from the American media that previously rarely gave place to K-pop idols. But ironically, when all the world's media celebrated Jungkook's name, HYBE seemed silent. No big celebrations. There is no official greeting. There is no worthy moment of recognition. Even ARMY is starting to realize. HYBE doesn't seem to be promoting Jungkook's solo projects as strongly as they are promoting other artists' projects under the same label This internal jealousy? Or is there a deeper conflict? Several sources from industry forums revealed that Jungkook's decision to collaborate with Western artists and use overseas producers had made management unhappy. They considered Jungkook's move too Western, too independent, too different from the direction of BTS formed by HYBE. But for Jungkook, who has grown up under the pressure of the industry and the burden of being BTS's magne since the age of 15, the time to speak up has come. She no longer wants to be just a doll. And it was this statement that supposedly provoked heated conflicts in internal meetings. Jungkook is not just a vocalist. He is the international face of BTS, said a former HYBE staffer whose identity was disguised. But they are afraid of its power potential. They are afraid that if he gets too big, he will give up control. And that's what's happening now. And the situation only got worse when, one night, a mysterious video went viral on Twitter/X. In the video, a male voice resembling Jungkook's is heard speaking in a high, angry tone in a closed room. He said a sentence that gave goosebumps. "I can leave at any time. I'm still Jungkook, with or without HYBE." Shortly after the video went viral, the spreader's account was immediately suspended. But the fire is already burning, and nothing can extinguish the truth that is already burning the walls of tranquility. Then came a figure that could not be ignored, Taehyung, V. That in a private live broadcast on his own platform, V answered questions from fans about Jungkook. At first he smiled, but then he fell silent. His eyes looked teary, and in a quiet voice, he said, "Sometimes, even the friend we consider the strongest can get tired. But we don't know, because they're too good at hiding." Then Taehyung wiped away his tears and stopped the broadcast. No further explanation. But the whole army of the world knew. It was no ordinary tear. They are tears of betrayal, sadness, and fear of loss. This is where conspiracy theories explode. Did HYBE really intend to curb Jungkook? Are they erasing their role in creative decisions in favor of maintaining agency dominance? Is this the beginning of Jungkook's plan to be independent? There are even crazy rumors that Jungkook is secretly setting up a private creative team in America, moving under HYBE's radar, preparing big plans after his contract expires. If this is true, then the K-pop industry is on the verge of a revolution, wrote one entertainment observer from Billboard. Jungkook could be the first Korean artist to leave a major agency without legal conflicts, but still maintain his global presence. But HYBE does not seem to be standing still. They began issuing cryptic statements through an internal spokesperson, stating that all artists under HYBE are under fair and strategic protection. But the army is not stupid. They know how the industry can turn faces into masks. And they know, if there is an artist who is most likely to be hurt secretly, it is Jungkook. Why?